Hello, back for more Space Engineers. After managing to dock this thing after the last stream, which was kind of tricky, it's a bit of a tight fit now. And the whole problem with running out of ammo didn't really help either, and the fact it got slightly blown up. So what I was thinking of doing was maybe getting a welder ship, because if I wanted to expand the station to any sort of decent size, hand welding is going to take an eternity. And especially for repairing a ship like this, it could be useful as well. Hello, even. I suppose if I'm going to make a welder ship, I could do it sort of similar to this, just I'm not building off a weird existing design, so it could look a bit more, sensible, let's say. Ah, thank you, Marcus, for the subscription tier 1 for 3 months. Get the feeling to expand this base. I'm going to need to probably enclose this bit underneath. Hello, Fukati and Pato. I'm probably going to need to build this down, so I've got a bit more sort of inside space, for lack of a better term. Thank you, Fukati, for the tier 1 sub for 3 months in advance. Shite and TFE is still stuck inside an asteroid field, always. I think I just want to make the... If I'm going to make this station bigger, I want to look a bit more supported as well. Hello, bearded one. Planning to expand the station. Some space here, yes there is. Plus, you know, enclose the kind of important stuff in case I get blown up or attacked. Connect to the command junction, because if I'm going to build a watership, I need somewhere to attach it to. Scythe AU is narrating tonight, yes. Yes, hello, Lynch. No drill wall for you. And we just need to make you the, what's it called? Give you a name so I don't get it confused. Rotor, SG Welder. You're second only to Morgan Freeman. Shinesa Tensor Rotor Lock so it doesn't try to go spinning off into space or something. And add a small head. Okay. I should have plenty of space here to build a welder ship. I could probably borrow some of the stuff from this, just with a more sensible design, because I'm building from scratch instead of sort of mashing it on top of an existing ship. Yeah, Power World was pretty good, Marcus. There was only minor bits of chaos with people wandering off on their own and getting killed, nearly. The usual. Which kind of cockpit would I want to use for a welder ship? Doesn't matter that much. I suppose a helm wouldn't make much sense, that'd be kind of dangerous. I suppose I could try using the cab. I haven't used that one before. See, with it being the cab, I can't have the conveyor ports for the welders go through that, because that's not going to work. Now, apparently this doesn't want to rotate sideways. Okay. Where's a good old conveyor converter? There we are. Where do you attach? Oh, this is going to be a bit fiddly. That should work. Maybe. It's the middle line, yeah. Do I want my welders vertical or horizontal? I don't think there's much of a difference, really. I think I like horizontal more. Yeah, Volpine, more Space Engineers Chaos. Only thing is I need to bring this another block forward so I can put a welder in front of the cockpit. Why not both? I suppose you could do both. Flat in case you want to look at the sides. You do have a point. It does kind of allow you to see over the top better. Oh, yep, that way. Yeah, there isn't a small grid T-junction, is there? Oh well. Sorry, you're being too practical. That's fine. Oh, no, not my rifle. It's very much the wrong thing. Okay, so it's 3 blocks wide. It'd help if I didn't miss. The fuel cube isn't with full openings around, yeah. Just want to make sure this is all attached in case I start disconnecting things. Shouldn't it be easy to do it like this way, I think. Okay, that should mean the front bit is attached now. So when I go and do this, it shouldn't just float off into space, hopefully. Looks like it's still attached to me. Whack down the many cargo containers this thing's gonna need. And I just need to put a connector somewhere in the middle. Okay, it's only small ports on the side. So I can either put a connector on both ends, or I've got to stick one in the middle and mess around with conveyor stuff. Go up to a large container. Oh. Maybe worry about not dying first. Because if I did the double connectors, I would have to have 2 to attach to on the station as well. So these side ports are no good. I could go for a large one. How much large? Okay, yeah, okay, they're really big. It seems like it'd be slightly overkill. Wait, it fits? Okay. Ah, what the heck, we'll have double connector points. What's the worst that could happen? That means I can then wedge all the batteries and stuff in the middle. I get rid of those blocks without detaching everything? I think so. Now what kind of ion thrusters do I want to use? Because I use the... what are these? Warfare ones. You know what, let's try using the sci-fi ones for a change. Might weld some of this up first to get a better idea of what it looks like. Yeah, all components been drawn, that's good. I guess it's small grid, that's not surprising. Good, that's all piped up correctly. Right, why'd it go all the way down there when there's a cargo container access right here? I suppose, especially with the increased inventory settings, I really don't need a large container. Like, I think a normal medium cargo container is like 3... I'm trying to think if it's 3,000 or 5, but yeah, these are 10. So that should be more than enough. That conveyor having to be like that will probably annoy me at some point, but whatever. Friend uses max inventory save strips, and I keep wondering about overlaying my designs with too much weight. Yeah. I suppose that's the advantage of space. You don't have to worry about weight as much. Obviously, you do if you find yourself hurtling towards something at high speed. Do I want to go large or small thrusters? I did kind of like... Well, this thing is incredibly janky. I did rather like using the... just a single large thruster instead of a bunch of small ones. I could do two. I could put them like up top as boosters. Service to all when you design for the default settings is more of a concern, yeah. Oh, actually, I could go for a slightly silly idea I've had before, where you put the thrusters down like these little wings. Let's see if I'm able to do this. Yeah, I know, Captain Cranky, my left and right cargoes are not interconnected. That's why I'm going to have the double connectors at the back. Oh, yep, and this is the annual 20 minutes or so where the game goes, I want to have a break because there's so many asteroids in the save. I mean, I suppose I could just replace it with 3 conveyor junctions, but I do kind of like not using them where you don't need to. Not for performance reasons, just because it can look weird. I say it like this is a perfectly normal design otherwise. Because I get the feeling I'm probably going to need a second row of batteries just to power the thrusters, considering how many I needed for the grinder ship. Stretch time, just stretch everything bigger. Yes, the 1 minute coffee break. Trying to design small compact ships ends up turning into a cobbled mess. Yeah. I mean, the other one I have the excuse that it was like I think it was like the little mining ship I started out with that then got converted into a grinder ship, so I was sort of building on already existing thing rather than this being from scratch. So in theory this should be better. Oh, there we go. Small grid, yeah. Was it when the... Oh, this was ages ago, but there's the thing with Space Engineers where small grid drills for the same cost of a large grid one are much better in terms of the amount they can clear out. It only turns out if you use small grid pistons to move a drill up and down on a large grid, the drills aren't fast enough. So you basically dig down fast. You don't dig down faster than the pistons deploying downwards, with the result that if you do it on a giant rover like I did, your whole rover gets lifted up off the ground, which is terrifying when you're not expecting it. I suppose I could just do a junction. I have failed to resist the junction urge. Can I just... that way? Because I'm not worried about conveying up to the cockpit. Yeah, there's still the small ports on the side, that's true. I hope they're attached on the side. Where was it? Oh yes, thrusters. I'm trying to remember how I did this. Because I did it for build competition in Discord. I decided to enter just because I was bored, basically. I came up with what at least I thought was an interesting way of attaching thrusters on the outside. The thing is, I did it with large grids. I don't think it's going to quite work the same. Also need more steel plate. The thing I always find is where on earth do you put reverse thrusters is normally the question. Like forwards is usually pretty easy. Usually place them centerline. Yeah, the configuration's a bit weird. I'm thinking I could put some of the like forward thrusters up top and then the reversing ones on the sides or the other way around. I could stick the reversing ones like either side of the cockpit. Because that's not how it should look. Oh, it didn't tell me we're out of nickel or something. Yeah, no, he's still got 800 kilos. Somehow I get the feeling, yeah, we're out of silicon though. Jeez. Oh, they use silicon as well. Okay, inconvenient. What have we got we can disassemble? Hello, not Mr. Fun. Some variety of port locations would be nice. Yeah. What can I disassemble that has silicon? computers have basically nothing. How much bulletproof glass have I even got still? Okay, basically none. Okay, that's enough silicon. Also, don't know if that's going to be anywhere near enough batteries. Because how many have I got on this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm pretty sure I had some on the other side as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a bunch of little ones from when it was originally made. I'd hope 6 would be enough. Do you want to keep this thing really flat or make it taller? Making it flat might be good for maneuvering it in tight spaces. It doesn't need to be massive, although more welders means I can do more of it at a time. Ow! Dang it. I just tried to grab a large grid thruster. That's not what I wanted. I guess I don't want to have the large thrusters too far back, because like, if I'm attached to, say, a wall like this, I don't want to be burning a hole in the wall with the thrusters. Should probably get rid of this extra bit, because I don't need it anymore. Good, nothing's exploded. This could work. I forget, how far are these thruster burns again? That looks like... what? It's like a large block or so? So roughly the length of a thruster, and then maybe a little bit extra. Rare to use grinders ships anymore, the upgraded tools are so much faster. Yeah. The time you end up using them is when you end up making bigger stuff. Especially when lots of it is just the... like if you're doing a whole bunch of interior floor or steel plate. So if I stick this back here, that should be enough. Okay, I'll push it back to there. That should be enough space. And so I don't forget, stick some gyroscopes on the sides. That's the one handy thing with these ports, is you can normally just like attach gyros to them in a way that covers the bumper and kind of makes sense. Right, need to rotate these the same way. So I got forwards and backwards. How do I want to do left and right? I mean, I could just chuck them up here. How tall are these again? Are they 2 blocks-ish? Oh. Wrong block shape. True, the max level grinder is a special tool you keep in a box with in case of emergency. Yeah, trying to do stuff on small grid with a elite welder is pain. Okay, that should work. I like how I'm doing something extremely similar to, where was it? Yeah, this, but at the back. And I think up and down I only need a single thruster. It's mainly forwards and backwards I'd be worried about. Some people avoid using max level tools because it feels a bit cheaty. I mean, it's a sandbox, so do whatever. What feels really cheaty to one person, another person will be like, no, this is fine. Was more reference to survival stuff, yeah. The enemy of making things flat. If I wanted to do 2 down, 2 up, I could just do like this. Well, then this is going to end up looking very weird. It's going to look like some sort of cubic monument. Oh right, I better not disconnect that line because that's what attaching it to the rotor. Actually, what I can do is just whack one down there, get them built up so it's got mobility, and I don't have to keep it attached to the rotor. Thank you for follow Coder Thomas B. I think that's how it's pronounced. Also the platinum, yeah. Oh, I need 56 thrust. How many? Wait, I don't have thrust components. That just made things complicated. I'm wondering if I should grind down the ship because it didn't really end up getting used what it was meant to. So I don't know where that's floating. Since I got the giant submarine instead. I suppose I could just take off some of the thrusters to use without destroying this thing completely. Okay, that's... Is this that bug, or are they actually not powered? Okay, good, it's just that bug where Welder up on sometimes like to go, I don't think I'm powered. Which, as far as I can tell, has only become a recent thing, which is quite annoying. Okay, it doesn't look like it's toasting anything good. Is this new ship gonna be as beautiful as the grinder one? Hopefully better, because I'm building it from scratch. At least that's the theory, anyway. I'm just getting it to a point of functional so I can move it off the rotor. So I can, like, make changes to the back of it if I want to, which are kind of difficult at the moment. Needs 20 silicon. Did I have that much? I did. Yeah, doing a drill ship's a lot easier because ores will fit through the small conveyors. You don't have to worry about doing big ones like you do for the grinder and welder ships. Okay, it's got thrusters in every direction, at least temporarily. Yep, I should be good to separate this thing without it all exploding. I spoke too soon, apparently. Oh well. Most of it's still intact. I'm honestly not surprised. Looks like it should still be flyable though. Didn't lose... Oh, I lost one of the back thrusters, but that's fine. Okay, good. It's got power. Now to just rebuild it slightly. I probably should have known that was happening with how close the connectors were to the rotor. Right, I gotta remember when I go over to the code container to get the bits with the build planner, it automatically swaps back to a large grid version of the block. Alright, how many batteries did that destroy? To get 2 of them? Really? That's gonna be annoying with how expensive they are. Okay, I'm definitely running out of silicon. What have we got? Silicon. Got 13 solar cells. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, I've got like 30 now. Good. I really don't want to have to disassemble the windows on the tube again. As a sacrifice I'm unwilling to make. Alright, backwards thruster as well. Basically, I probably don't need 2 forwards and reversing thrusters, but I suppose it's better to have too many than not enough. Oh, and like I just said, I keep forgetting that I have to cycle back to the small grid version for using Build Planner. Oh, and it's decided to take its quick break. Hello, I assume it's Boomer Oz 00, or is it Ozu? I think the thing with this thruster placement is I'm trying to make it too small. Like, because it's a welder ship, so it's not going to be able to, like, weld through, unless it's going to be welding in incredibly tight space. It doesn't matter how wide the rest is. Oz 00. Ah. That would make a lot more sense than Azu. I mean, I'm one to talk. We ended up calling the first boss in Valheim IKEA because none of us could pronounce. I think it's Ike there. I don't know how it's pronounced, so it just changes every time. Come on, game. You've had your break. You've loaded all the asteroids again. And the camera just snaps to looking at a random point in the sky. Yep, there we go. Okay, so this is functional, but looks have got something to be desired, let's say. One could sneak up and down thrusters between connectors. Oh, so like, could do. Also gonna need to steal another one of these.
Inventory full.
Someone on the net already had Boomer Oz, yeah. So you went 0, 1, 2, 3, and then finally said, screw it, I'll just take 0, 0, yeah. I suppose I could just mirror this, except on the other side. So, like this. Oh no, let's rotate that way. So that. Okay, so how do I make this look better than just a weird mismatch of thrusters in a box, basically? I think I will actually put the forward thrusters at the back. Just because it looks so weird having the reverse thrusters there. actually. Get rid of this gyroscope. And extend this out a little bit. This one gonna be hard to armor up. Well, it's a welder ship. It shouldn't need that much armor. It's better to let people build their own style. Yeah, it can vary. Then again, I've seen your ships with splitsy, that's true. I think if I was going to do it like this, I'd want to have four forward thrusters. Hey, at least they have character, yeah. Yeah, this could work. Make it look a bit more supported. Problem is, with these thrusters being 2 blocks high, I can't really put them in the middle. Hey, Strom, kind of nice and small fire. Thank you. I assume the other ion thrusters are the same? Could work. I think maybe just, yeah, do a thruster outside, that'll work better. Thank you for the 2nd month of Tier 1, Roa. Afternoon from Denmark. This one definitely looked janky, but this might work. Which probably describes like 90% of the stuff I make, but never mind. Should I have it go all the way... Actually, better idea. Move this thruster 1 to the left. It's not afternoon in Denmark. Was I lied to? I was too gullible, clearly. It's about to hit noon. Ah, well, I guess close enough. Okay, I think that's better. Not yet, I'm very slow today. Oh, Smoggin's very funny. Switzerland here, same time zone as Denmark. Maybe I should do rounded instead. This looks very blocky with just the corner. Plus any excuse to use rounded blocks more often. Yeah, I think that works a bit better. One connection point in the thruster modules is asking for grief. Well, yes. That is indeed true. I mean, it shouldn't be going into massive amounts of combat. Ow. Wait, there's... Oh, you can access from both the glass and then also from the hatch. I mean, I say it's not going to go into combat, it will somehow end up in danger, knowing my luck. Where to put the reversing thrusters? I mean, I could just stick them up, basically do the same thing at the front. Or I could even mount them to the... Actually, I could just mount them this way and then basically repeat the same thing on the other side. Put a whole bunch of little ones. I want to avoid using little ones if I can. They look like less bulky, yeah. I just have to just mirror it and just put the loop. Where did I put it? 1, 2 from that end. Basically just repeat the pattern on the other side. How's this gonna look? I get rid of that. At least change it. I can make it even more rounded. No, I think... I'm not sure. It's just something about the way it attaches, it doesn't look right. Use 6 block. Could use some beams. That might work. Just the different texture. It keeps the kind of shape of this bit that I like. Big thrust, more efficient space, multiple per direction seems like overkill. Yeah. Except for how potentially heavy this thing could get. Alright, I'm probably gonna need to move that gyroscope to do this. I'm going to right gyroscope. Yes, I am. How did I forget the beam? Never mind. I think the problem with attaching it like this is the incline of this bottom bit of the car container makes it not look right. Actually, what if I can use the, what's the block called? What are you called? You've got a name, I keep forgetting. Ah, half slope inverted light armor. You. No, it's King Duck. Needs more round. I mean, just go down to here and then go around. Very fiddly to get pointed the right bit. Now I need to move it a block to the left. Want to use a round steel beam? Could. Makes it stick out a bit less from the ship. Yeah, I think that works better. I think what I'm doing is end up moving the reversing thrusters. Oh well, I'm moving the reversing thrusters out here anyway.
Inventory.
Oops.
Full.
So what you could do is, instead of rounding this corner, just continue it down to here and use some beams. Where's the 2x1? I think I'll go one block further. So it attaches to the other side. Ah! Forget how much power that suit welder uses. You need a solar suit, yeah. Soup welder. Do I want the beams or just do normal blocks? Ah, well that's perfect timing. For it to have its little break. Yeah. Luckily it should finish grinding once it unpauses again. So hopefully it doesn't just grind straight through the whole thing, because that'd be bad. I think the problem with how I had it designed earlier is it just didn't look anchored at all. Like, yeah, just one block attaching it looked really weird with how big the thruster was. And the beams don't really help because they look like less strong supports. Look how the stream's been out and it's just been entirely me designing a welder ship. I suppose what's happened when... I'm trying to think the last time I've designed a welder ship. Basically never. Because relatively speaking, I haven't played that much survival of Space Engineers when I have 5,000 hours in the game. Or however many it is currently. Hello, monster. And we wait for SE to unlag, yeah. Oh, there we go. I think what's annoying me is these little like gaps in the corners of cargo containers because they're not flush. It's really annoying.
Inventory
Whoops.
full.
I've complained similarly about connectors having the same problem. Not so much small grid ones. Where's the large grid one where I can show what I'm talking about? Ah, here we go. You can see that the large grid connector, no matter which way you orientate it, doesn't like cover the gaps behind it in the corners. Which can be really annoying when you're trying to hide something behind it. There's like, say, Gatling turrets. You can't see that there's presumably a cargo container under here. Scythe has... I need a connector mod that Scythe has. Nope, not that way. The connectors plus collectors mod. Ah. Is that the one that also turns, oh no, connectors plus collectors. I thought it was the one that turned ejectors into connectors, which... I'm trying to remember when that was made vanilla. I don't use the half... which spot? This is the problem with small grid, it's... half block, the one that goes from full block to half block. Could do that. It's like that mod because it's got a 2x1 large grid connector. With a centered connector port, impossible. What witchcraft did they use to make that technology? Evil witchcraft. What's non-evil witchcraft? Witchcraft is not by definition evil. That's true. Okay, that's not too bad, actually. Just, the gaps you can see. It's so annoying. I'm just gonna move this a bit closer. The witches that came up with a picnic chocolate bar were not evil. It's probably true. It's a welder ship, it doesn't need to be pretty. I mean, well, nothing needs to be pretty, but it should anyway. Panel gaps you can drive a Tesla through, yeah. Oh, of course I'm running out of steel plates now. I suppose the trade-off is I'm doing this now so I can do big base expansion later. Because it'll make welding things up a lot faster. No, I don't want to go down the thruster yet. You mean it will drive itself after mowing down 3 pedestrians on its way? Actually, Tesla's not quite that bad. It was funny though when they first started working on like self-driving cars. I think it was a German company, and they invited a newspaper or whatever to come and do a story on it. And they did a demonstration of it, and the car just crashed straight into the thing it was meant to be emergency braking to avoid. And it was just hilarious. Because I think they actually had someone sit in the car as well. Okay, line the thruster up with the conveyor port on the side of the connector. Was that like the bulletproof? Well, Lenjet, that's... I'm trying to think. Not many places actually call them bulletproof windows. Technically, they're bullet resistant. If you fire enough bullets, they will eventually break. It obviously depends on what kind of bullets you're firing at. So normally what they'll say is it's bullet resistant to this certain caliber for this amount of time. $155mm ammo. Yeah, this can withstand 100 shots from a 50 cal or something. My temptation to over greeble is... I'm always thinking, do I repeat the pattern and just enclose the middle bit or not? I kind of like it like that. Don't go too overboard. They will conform to such and such level of protection, which means good for certain calibers for so many rounds, yeah. Fill middle with half block. Well, if I don't want to fill the area, I could fill it with... I could do it with beams in the middle. Arrow resistance windows. When you run to an archer in 2024. Well, you never know. Although, arrow resistance kind of sounds like having a hovercraft in case your local area floods. Panels, yeah. Work. Luckily, hovercraft arrow resistant. I thought hovercraft would be, if anything, have a weakness to arrows because it'd punch a hole in the skirts and deflate the whole thing. Although I suppose hovercraft's effectiveness when shot at by arrows is probably not the sort of thing that would have been tested. That'd be a very weird thing to Google. What would happen if you shot an arrow at a hovercraft? Inflatable dinghy, on the other hand. Don't tell Musk that, he might take it personally. Just use reverse psychology. Okay, so that's the fore and the back thrusters. Now, am I gonna do sides? Wait a second, could I just... Dang it, it's 3 blocks wide. I mean... could stick it in here. It's not giving me the option to place it where I want it to. Oh, that's just a parallax ship and way station. Oh, and a submarine, lovely. If the submarines don't try and hunt me down again. Unable to play... Oh, the other thruster. Still unable to place? Ow. It's torn, I thought. Would this make this overly complicated if I was to basically loop this up and over? Yeah, I think I'm just making it look worse. Actually, now that these thrusters are out wider, I think having them in the middle like they were normally is actually not so bad. I will need to move these down ones, though. So the problem is with the way we designed this, there really isn't much space. I guess I go like that. Do down there, and then where on earth am I putting up? This is the perpetual problem of where do I stick the thrusters? I think I'm just trying to move most of the thrusters away from each other. I make an exception for forwards and backwards because they're kind of awkward to place otherwise. Could remove this and stick some extra battery in. And Baz is not how you spell battery. Oh, I also wanted the normal battery. Oh, put them between the connectors. How wide is this though? Oh, actually, if I'm only doing one... Actually, yeah, that could work. If I'm only doing one instead of two. And then I could put the up... I could have two up thrusters at the front. Or I could even stagger it and put... oh no, because then they'd have to be down ones. It's annoying, you have to turn them off and back on just to get the thruster flames sometimes. Okay, so where on earth am I going to put lift? I mean, I can just stick one on the underside and call it a day. But I'm kind of tempted to do the, like this. Because you're trying to have all the thrusters on the same level or higher. Plus it gives me space to potentially put more stuff underneath. I guess if it is with the batteries, it'll make the attachment bit look more supported. And the thrusters slightly less weirdly hanging off the side. Ah, yes, power cells, my arch nemesis. How much silicon do you need? 26. We've got a little bit. I'm running out of stuff I can disassemble that has more, though. Oh, I've got, wait, at least 100 radio components? Really? I've got like another 26. Oh, well, that's good. There's a lot more iron, though. $29, okay, that's enough. Good. I'm trying to remember, what was it that was in this asteroid? It was silver and cobalt, if I remember correctly? Ore detector that was on this ship, I think. Yeah, it was cobalt and silver. Which isn't the most useful thing to have. Iron would have been nice. Or silicon, as it turns out, with all my experimenting with giant tubes. Okay, that looks a bit more solidly attached. Is there round beams? I forget. Do I just do this middle bit out of beams? It'd be something like this. Not sure how I feel about that. It feels like you get a bit over detailed. You know what, I'll keep it for now. The line running down the middle does give it that extra bit of visual support. Oh. There's Space Engineers having a nap again. I think if I'd had the idea of using beams from the start, I'd probably put the beams on the outside and the blocks in the middle. But the beam does have the advantage that line running down the middle is obviously centered. I mean, normally that wouldn't be the case in a 2-block wide space. It's just tired, yeah. Every 20 minutes or so, Space Engineers just needs a nap. I do wonder if there's a point where if I cut down the asteroid field size enough, it just stops happening. But I mean, I cut it in half and it didn't seem to make any difference. Because it is annoying. I suppose it's not too bad for giving me a pause to plan out what I'm going to do next. Get this welder ship done so I can do the base designing. Nope. Alright. Doesn't need to be there anymore. Oh, actually, I can have it join all the way across, underneath. There's like an extra beam support. That was not intentional, but it should work. Ah, scrolled the wrong way through. Dang it. Ah, yes, Ghost Outcast. This is me playing solo, yeah. Yeah, I think this could actually work pretty well. No, my suit power is already draining from doing this. AKA TV finds new ways to lose submarines. Well, since I turned the spawn rate down from its insane levels, there's been a lot less of that. Mainly because the HUD clutter for all the signals was getting truly ridiculous. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, I need a oxygen refill. And that is not how you spell oxygen. Oxygen. Okay, so we got that bit done. Trying to feel about those thrusters on top. I could also just replace this bit in the middle with the millionth battery. A bunch of random ones Ghost Outcast. Well, not random, but there's a Cert out there, there's Merc, there's some submarines. I think Reavers can show up. Yeah, they can. But I initially had the spawn rate set so insanely high that I was getting swamped with a million signals that made it not great to look at. That's a bit more chill, although I don't know why that submarine isn't moving. It should be wandering around looking for stuff. Ow. Why am I... Oh no! Damn, that's a bad time to start taking damage. I'm distracted by cleanup duties. Evil. I like how I can notice that a ship stopped moving 9 kilometers away, but not notice, you know, the thing on my HUD that's saying, hey, your power's going flat. Okay, let's just delete you. Jeez, the game does not like rendering in the entire asteroid field in the background. Oh, now I get what you mean, Linjet. Move the thrusters down here next to the batteries. Yeah, that could work. It just means I have to move the gyroscopes for the millionth time. But yeah, that should work. As much as I want to do it, yeah, the thrusters on top just look weird. I'd say it's a lot better. Where can I wedge in some gyroscopes? Thank you for follow, Ghost Outcast. Or I could stick something underneath. I mean, I could go for a extra connector underneath here. Although no, that's just the cab cockpit. That wouldn't be that useful. Do I have uranium? Not much, if I remember correctly, and a lot of it's in the ship. I got like, yeah, 75 kilos. Plus I do get, you'd be surprised how much solar panel, for example, despite the fact this looks dark, it is picking up quite a bit of solar power. Which is probably one of the things I need to expand. I have some sort of solar rotation follow-up thing. My words are failing me. All the blocks are vanilla, apart from the ones that come with the assertive cargo ships, which you can't build normally anyway. Where can I stick gyro? I guess I can just stick them here at the back. Technically, I don't need anything else. This is functional for all intents and purposes. Words are hard, yeah. Just group. And the connectors, I think, are the other ones I need. There's nothing mini about this welder. Well, I suppose that's true. It's just not a large grid. Like how I think I still called the grinder ship mini, even though it really isn't. Did I end up renaming it? Yep, I still call it the mini grinder despite really not being. It's hidden, special, and suffix. Dang it. Okay, note to self. Need to remember the gap. There we go. Alright, I just need, where's it? Izzy's. What is it? Programmable block, right. It doesn't really matter where I stick this. World chip, you mean we don't want to weld a whole waste by hand like Splitsy? No, I'd rather prefer not to if I can avoid it. Now, where was I wanting to connect this up to the base? I mean, I suppose if I can squeeze it in next to the grinder ship, that would make sense. Oh, yeah, how much gyro power have I got? Okay, that's plenty. Good. Okay, I've got a decent amount of speed. Left and right's good. Down. Up. Gotta remember I've only got one down thruster. So don't be too silly. Okay, not quite gonna fit because of how wide it is. Do I have an overall goal? Not really. I have some sort of vague idea of basically putting like different bits of the base on each asteroid, basically like connecting them up. Goal is probably to escape the coffee break hell. Yes, I will mine out all the asteroids so the game stops pausing every so often. I guess I'll just put a connector here. It's a lazy option for now. Connector, hello? Ah, there we go. And then we need to give this some sort of bright color. The region makes seem to push the engine hard for almost everyone. Well, I mean, I am doing very silly things with the number of asteroids that are here. Yes, I know I need to be lined up. I thought it was, say more lax than that. So if the ground ship's blue, what color should the welder ship be? What if we go for like a sort of orangey yellow? How bad is this gonna look? Oh, actually that's not too bad. It's bright, but not obnoxiously so. It does look vaguely industrial. Ah, there we go, now it's working. I'm actually building a welder ship and then probably going to do some hand welding. Though that cargo port being no longer accessible is kind of annoying. Means I'm going to go all the way around here. Wonder if your weld isn't the wrong way around. Don't tell me they're different. If it is, I'll just leave it like that because it's funny. No, it's not different, that's the problem. Okay, so how far have I gone until I go through the asteroid? Okay, not that far. It's technically because there's two asteroids. You make two of them look like crap off scorpion pins. Skywarp drill. I mean, if you want to crash the game, sure. Can't we extend the solar panels because the whole lack of silicon issue? What I could do is make it multi-story, and also replace the some of this interior floor with. Oh yeah, especially that. I can replace that with the floor. What have we got? Ooh, Retrifuge is shiny and reflective. Oh, I could go for some wood. So what colour would be? It'd be sort of like a. I could go for a timbered interior like that. Which way does the grain run? That way. So you know what? Some comforts on a space station might be nice. Just be careful not to disconnect anything important while doing this. Why'd the refinery just power up when I did that? What are these? Oh, so the sci-fi interior wall has power cables. I don't know if wood has electricity. I'm not an expert, but that doesn't seem right. What about the normal interior wall? Okay, that just has the light lines. But the pattern's the same. Whenever the block was damaged, you got some scrap metal. Oh yeah, that could make sense. Oh, there's a mining transport out there. Yeah, some lighting for this place would be good. That's something I need, like proper living quarters instead of just this thing where everything's wedged in the middle. Have one turn wrong for days, you should rebuild the whole ship despite it, yeah. Should probably change this list. I'm the perfect person to help you with lighting, Ison. Oh boy. Create hangar space, no. I've already done that. Oh. You might find it hard to find bulletproof glass. Well, you never know. Capture a passing ship or something. Though it seems unlikely. I suppose what I could do for my... You see 3 in front of you, voila. Yes, that's true. I suppose what I could do for the spawn settings is just put the cargo ships back to sort of halfway where they were before. Because the main problem with the HUD clutter was all the wreck indicator GPSs. You know, start placing wheels, wasted might appear, yeah. Because yeah, when I cut the spawn rate down, I didn't think it'd be quite this low. Up Update the list, yeah. Update the list. It's like, there's windows right next to this panel, you fool. Yeah, I think I need some living quarters because I don't have everything just jammed in here. That's the, yeah, that's the one that's got station mode inventory manager. Okay, so what direction can I build in? I can build, probably not out this way because that's where all the ships are attached. I mean, I could expand this bit inside the asteroid because it kind of makes sense to have the living quarters near the medical facilities in case of emergency. How much space have I got to work with before I start poking out through the asteroid? Not much. It's weird to say in space I don't have much space. I think it might be better just going here. Going like this. No, this will block the tube. Well, I mean, I could go down instead of up to avoid blocking the tube. Yes, I'm kind of attached to a tube. I mean, where's other nearby asteroids? There isn't. How far is up? Okay, there's this one, which is about 130 meters away. This asteroid looks pretty big. Hmm. Actually, I could go up through the ceiling instead. By the way, going over this, don't forget to raid after the stream. The problem is, I have, like the Twitch chat and activity and everything I have open in OBS, so I have no idea who else is currently live on Twitch. How far can I go this way? Plus, if I'm going to build up, I'm going to need some sort of elevator, because I don't want to do a million ladders. I could do a sort of like gravity lift. Okay, can I go out this way without... Okay, that breaks through there. Good to know. Let's mark this with some obnoxiously bright colour, so I recognise it's different. Looks like a good spot for a turret. I mean, it could be. I was kind of hoping to not punch a hole in the wall, you know, to where my medical room is. That rather important bit of tech that's, you know, saves me when I die in stupid ways. You just load heavy armor just for you. Well, yeah, actually, hang on. How many metal grids do I have? 315, 112. I've got a bit. I mean, it should be fine. It would take an astronomical shot, especially once I look it up again. Let's just do this. Oh! Ah, no! It's blocking me. Run! Good thing you don't need power to open doors. I suppose I could have technically just cut my way back in. If there's a hole, it will be shot. That is very true. I'm not out of steel plate. I am. Okay. What do we have lots of? Construction components. If I remember correctly, I've still got heaps of iron. Yeah, 58,000. Let's just... Okay, that's covered that up. You could put an LCD that reads there's nothing here. Put a hollow LCD and project the illusion of a door or something. Wish I could make this 3 blocks wide, but there just isn't room. Oh, I could just move the defensive blocks. It really doesn't need to be here specifically. I can just move it here. Which way's up and down on this thing? I assume it's that way. I get a feeling I'm wrong though. Yep, that's the wrong way up. That looks better. Keypad's the right way up. Damn, it's very picky about where it wants to weld. Why not in the floor? We don't want to have it in the floor. Enemies with weapons. Behavior on. Flee to... I very much doubt the whole base is going to flee. No, I don't want evasive maneuvers. Okay, this should be enough space for my purposes. The station starts spinning. I'd be impressed if it could do that. So if I was to do some sort of lift, I would need a gravity thing. Or I could just do a massive ladder staircase. So very carefully. See how high we have to go. Punch our way outside. More pistons. I mean, yeah, that might be an idea, just a truly colossal piston lift. Which way's... hang on. I need to get level with gravity. Point up as far as I can, and then okay, so it's there roughly. I probably still haven't got it lined up, but whatever. Okay, we found the surface. Oh, how large is this going to end up being? This is going to end up being preposterous. So I want to go all the way up to one of those asteroids. Can I do some wheel lift stuff? Theoretically. I think I might just expand a bit of a small scale first, but I'll definitely leave that there for later. What direction can I expand in? Okay, I can expand under here, because that way the tube won't be blocked from view. Plus I can just extend this out. This isn't currently pressurized. Plus I'm expanding towards the asteroids, it should be fine. Have some stairs, we can go down. I think I just use like really bright colors when I'm planning out expansion stuff so I can see more clearly where I'm doing it. Should be enough height difference. Like you see, do a wheel lift as mine never worked. I don't think I've ever done a wheel lift. Wait, what's the about my inventory? Oh, right, the glass and stuff. Oh, right, it's steel making. Oh, no, it's fish making that steel plate. I thought it'd still be going. Okay, so having a samurai on a weird bit in the roof. What is my favourite part of SC? That's a very difficult question. I definitely think I'll keep this as the oxygen tank and refineries. Actually, I can move the assemblers downstairs, this new bit I'm making. I suppose it's the sort of silly things that are possible with a sandbox game, probably. In that, especially with mods, you can do things that were never really intended. Rich PvE experience, yeah. The mods definitely give you a reason to actually go and blast things. Freedom, yeah, pretty much. Freedom. Plus, especially what people can do when making replicas of things from like sci-fi or even cities, all that sort of stuff. And of course, the fun of smashing things into each other never gets old. depends, not Mr. Fun. If you're talking about perfect one-to-one replicas, probably not great because of the block sizes. Yeah, the thing with the Vorian is the lack of interior design, basically. Plus, the building's a lot more... I'm trying to think of the word. The building in Avorion is almost separate to the main bit of the game, of like the combat and stuff. Because the way it like takes you to another menu sort of thing. Whereas this, you know, you're in the game. For lack of a better way to word it. But yeah, Avorion's definitely much better for the super accurate replicas of stuff. I mean, when people do replicas, they usually go for exterior, yeah. Well, only console players until we had mods had to build RC ships to fight me when I spawned one in my server. Okay, that looks a bit more supported. Right, I need to remember, interior wall, not steel plate, because as much iron as I have, interior wall is much better. Do not have any interior plate. How does this keep happening? Let me check. Yeah, 1,000 steel plate is 700. Oh, 7,000 iron. 1,000 steel plate is steel plate. I'm getting myself confused. 1,000 steel plate is 7,000 iron. 1,000 interior plate is only 1,000 iron. So when you're making big interiors, oh, dying slightly. It's a lot cheaper to use interior walls than using light armor blocks everywhere. Where's interior plate? There you are. Interior wall is better than half block. Yeah, I think it's cheaper than even half block. Yeah, and the advantage of it having attachment points on all sides. The one annoying thing is they, when there's a lot of them in the area like this is going to have, if they're unwelded, they can pop in and out quite badly. Which is kind of irritating. If only you had welder ship to weld floors. Well, yeah, that's what it's for. And I should be able to get under here, actually. I was just mainly doing the little bit right next to the... because it'd be a bit tricky with the asteroid being there. Oh, Space Engineers decided it's wanted its little break. Yeah, that was my part of my thinking by moving this down a level and out, that yeah, I could use the welder ship for it. So that definitely make it a lot faster than welding by hand. I think I finished the Welder ship, and now I'm like, well, I could have just put one large cargo container on, and I'm like, no, don't change it. So, Monopoly, anyone? Gruz, we do not have time for Monopoly. Games of Monopoly can last for months or years if you're not careful. And no one wants that. I'm the battleship. Don't know why that's got me thinking of a Space Engineers version of Monopoly. What, would Jail be Clang instead? Gruz is the train. What's I get to be the top hat? Clangopoly, yeah. All the money's changed to space credits. Then the railways would have to be like, I don't know, jump rings or something. Oh, okay. Clang is a dice that if you get odds takes half your money. I guess, yeah, Clang is the chance cards. Clang and Clang to replace chance and community chest, yeah. Okay, let's see if I remember how to set this thing up. It should just be... Can I multi-select these? Dang it, you can't multi-select for the custom... That's kind of annoying. So how much? We're looking for... What is it? Construction component interior plate. So we go like... 1,000... Do not pass by. Transfer will be unknown signals. Suppose so. Okay, it's filling. Oh wow, okay, I did not appreciate quite how much. Yeah, that's gonna be easily enough. Why don't I just make... Actually, that's an idea, because my cargo containers have so much space. What I could do is have each one have different stuff. So this is... okay. So... Interior... I want to get rid of that. Interior... I can't spell interior. Interior wall container... Just go... Steel plate container... Just say... What was it? Did I change it? I thought I did. 1,000. What's other common blocks I'd be welding a lot of? I suppose I can always add them later when I think of them. Issue with the monotony. Yes, lexic time. Calling it monotony is fair. The bank always gets it all in the end. I don't know if that was intentional not to call it monotony instead of monopoly, but it sounds very appropriate. The bank always wins. Wait, wrong game. Yeah, the house always wins. Should we say 2,000 of each? I said, found someone on my server using large grid warhead frames of the world. No one would dare shoot him because it would crash the server. Oh. There used to be tricks around that with collectors and ejectors and explosives. Because I believe the max object limit used to not be a setting. And what you could do is basically fire a million explosives out of one end, and then have them be caught at the other end. If anyone bothered to shoot it, the trying to calculate all the explosives all detonating at once would just instantly crash the server. Because of mousetrap. Surely you could do stuff like battleships. Pong on the programmer block would be cool. Why is it saying no BP? What? Tell me it's broken. Really needs to be turn-based. Pong could be turn-based. Oh, is missing following items to match its quota. Oh well, it's enough to test it. A space paramedic. Oh, Reaver Impaler. Okay, I probably need to group up all the batteries and have a recharge option. Better. Apparently I'm spelling batteries as though I'm French. Batteries. Battery. No, that's even worse. Now I'm Japanese. Batteries. I totally know how to type. A small grid Pong game on Space Warp. Ah, yes, the shift click. That would have probably helped, yeah. Now, I guess that's something else I could use. A light. How do you know about control click and not shift click? Yeah. I knew about control click. I knew about the, I think it's, is it control shift to select all or A or something? I forget. Off the top of my head, I don't know what the keybind is, but I know if I was in the menu, I'd be able to do it. Stick a spotlight on somewhere. No, I don't want big spotlight. I want a little one. Control A, yeah. King gives up Gallagher or Space Invaders for display screens. I think spotlights look weird like that. I think I have to... I'm obligated to attach them to the side of the cockpit. It's like ears. Or eyes, depending on how you look at it. Oh boy. Walrus Orbital Combat Shuttle. So why are you not moving either? I'm guessing you haven't found a target. Oh right, it's a version with plot armor. One of a few searchlights. I probably don't need searchlights particularly. I just need to be able to see where I'm going. Activate the welders. Is it all going to explode? Like lots of welder have sound like, yeah, the range is kind of annoying. Yeah, I figured I wouldn't be able to weld that bit. Oh, slightly bumped the asteroid. It's fine. Okay, I've still got heaps. At least like this, I can do 6 blocks at a time, which is nice. So I'm not quite angled vertically, but that's fine. Chief, you can weld from under the platform. Yes, that's true. I decided to try the more difficult way of doing it. I've run out of interior plate already? Okay. That's surprising. Guess I'm gonna need a lot more. Large welders should have a 4 to 6 block range. I forget how much large welders are. Interior wall takes 30, yeah. I like how that's got me thinking, could I use a rotor and put a large grid head on it? That would, to get a large welder on the front of this, as janky as that would be. Do it. Everyone's like, just do it now. Let's just check there's no... Let's check nothing's in the actual welders themselves before I start grinding them down. Good. Yeah, let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? For the jank, yes. Now I've got to do that really fiddly business of doing a large advanced rotor part. Where are we? You. It's just the normal part? What's the difference between these two? Is it you? Huh. Okay, so it's not the flat one, it's that one. And I need to not bump it. Then I need to have a button to mash attach. Alright, I also need to, detach from the connector would be a good start. Oh boy. Whoa! Okay, we're good. That was terrifying. Just do a warp speed spin, but we're now attached. Yes, it was a good thing I wasn't right next to the station when I did that. Since I head right through. Welder. Where were we? Oh, okay, yeah, this is... No, Lenjet, because this entire asteroid field only has the one ore. I could replace it with a... Could do it with a grinder ship as well, although the forces were slightly scary. Oh, hang on. If I'm going to want to potentially expand this, I need to put, yeah, the conveyor port on the side. Well, there is silicon out there, just not in this asteroid field, and this is like the only big asteroid field. Alright, don't make construction components because they're all on the welder ship. Technically there is silicon. Yes, if I was to mine out 1,000,000 asteroids. I mean, I suppose I could. The problem is always you don't get much silicon from stone compared to the other stuff. I'll keep calling them mini welders despite them not being, just because it's funny. That has got me thinking though, I could, no, that wouldn't really work. I think I could just, yeah, swap them out for drills when I need to do some drilling. Spin velocity 100. Wait, can the rotor even... Let's put some extremely low velocity. Oh, right, I locked the rotor, of course. I know that. Whoa. Okay, that's doing weird things. Okay, I want the angle at 180. Where are we? Oh wait, it just keeps going negative. Oh, no, I didn't want to go fast. I want to go the other way. Wait, the angle's always negative? What? I'm very confused. So the angle goes to 0. Okay, now it's back to... Must be because I was rotating the other way, it just kept going. Okay, there we go. Rotational lock. It's a depressive rotor. 0. There we go. Oh. And the Space Engineers has decided to take its 1-minute break. Because for a drill ship, I could just do the Q elevator music, yeah. For the drill ship, I could just do the back bit and then just manually do the reattachment again with drills this time. Obviously far away from the base and I get flung into it. Clang will find a way, yeah. A little alcove of drill grinders and welders. And park the welder section. Yeah. The problem with locking it down is then attaching to it again could be incredibly dangerous. I'd really not like to try and attach again and just have the whole thing explode. This could very easily happen, even with it locked down. Can't really do merge blocks because you're going from small to large grid. Actually, how much steel plate? We've got 2,000 on board. Let's go and see if it'll clang out horrifically. Where's that big line I was working on? There it is. See how much coverage I've got now. I think what is lexic time is the grid you're attaching to doesn't move. The grid that's attaching is doing all the moving. I suppose if there's only been one block, it's kind of difficult to tell how much of a difference it's making, but it seems pretty good. Fly around under everything. This is me very confused as to what size grid this is now. Rotate lurking in space makes your ship flip a good 9 degrees. Just wow, isn't it? Yeah. And we'll just park up there. Oh. My aim's a bit off. But as it's getting towards midnight, I will finish up here. I'll be back Saturday for more Valheim, and there might be Enshrouded Friday. I don't know. Something might be happening. But I'll see you then.